Good evening, Brave Nation, and welcome to the CE Game Center on the campus of Winston-Salem State University. It's UNC Pemnroke men's basketball, a road game at the Rams of Winston-Salem State. On the Braves Broadcast Network, I'm Cameron Songer. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. A raucous atmosphere expected here at the Game Center. There's a live DJ on my left side, on the opposite side of the court, and the drum line and pep band on the right side. And a good crowd expected here as well in the CE Game Center to see their Rams try to get one back against the Braves, who've won 3 straight in this series. The Braves swept the series between the two schools last year, and UNCP just a couple days ago defeated Winston-Salem State 86-72 in Pembroke. The Braves come into today's game at a 4-1 record. They've won 3 straight, all at home. And the Rams 3-3 this season, but have lost 2 of their last 3. We'll take a break for the national anthem here in just a second, and then we'll have the starting lineups and the opening tip-off. The UNC Pemnroke Braves kicking off a road swing. They won't be back at home until December 17th. The UNCP Braves taking on the Winston-Salem State Rams coming up in just a moment here on the Braves Broadcast Network. from the campus of Winston-Salem State University, the CE Gaines Center on the campus of Winston-Salem State. It's named after C.E. Gaines, who was the Winston-Salem State men's basketball head coach for 47 years and coached the team to 828 victories from, get this, 1947 to 1993. Hanging up in the rafters here in the gym is the 1967 NCAA championship banner. That team was led by Earl Monroe, who went on to a sensational NBA career. As the starting lineups being introduced now for both teams, we'll start with the visiting UNC Pemnroke Braves, led by head coach Ben Miller in his 9th season. The Braves coming in 4-1 on the season, including an 86-72 win over Winston-Salem State. And the Braves starting lineup looks a lot like what we're used to seeing out of the Braves. At the guard spot, led by point guard, a redshirt senior from Fayetteville, number 3, Alex Bradley. Joining him at the guard spot will be the sophomore from Raleigh, number 25, Andrew Evans, and the junior from Wesley Chapel, North Carolina. The Braves' second leading scorer through the first 5 games is number 0, Brandon Watts. At the forward spots, the Winston-Salem native, number 4, a freshman, Akia Pruitt, and then the man in the middle, the Braves' top scorer and rebounder so far this year, the redshirt junior from the Bronx, Nigel Grant. So for the Braves, perhaps the player to watch here, obviously if you're a returning listener to this Braves team, you already know about Brandon Watts and Alex Bradley, the top 2 scorers from a year ago. But Akia Pruitt had a sensational game against Winston-Salem State back on November the 19th with 17 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 blocks. He went to high school not very far from here in the C.E. Gaines Center, and you know he'll be motivated to have another spectacular game in front of a hostile crowd here in Winston-Salem. The starting lineup for the Rams looks like this. Senior guard Carlos Rankins, freshman guard Robert Colon, who's their leading scorer and the second leading scorer in the conference at over 20 points per game. Jamel McAllister and Nate Long are the forward pair, and joined by William Crandall. It will be McAllister who jumps center for the Rams. Winston-Salem State wearing their home whites, UNCP in the road blacks, and the possession won by Winston-Salem State off the jump ball. It'll be Rankins who takes it up the near side, and we are underway. Handoff looking for Cologne. It gets bobbled. He passes it to the left side. Driving the lane, trying to go up through traffic. A lot of steps down low, and it's turned over by Jamel McAllister. Here come the Braves on their first possession. To the right wing, it's Watts. Watts, a step-back dribble. Doesn't take the three-pointer. Now he's picked up his dribble on the far side. Throws it back up top for Bradley. Near midcourt as UNCP sets up their offense. We're 30 seconds in. No score. 15 on the shot clock for the Braves. Left free throw line extended with Watts. He holds at the waist. Throws it up top for Pruitt. To the right wing, Bradley. Bradley waiting for someone to get open. Lob it down low for Grant. Grant spins with a lefty hook shot. Too strong. Pruitt tries to grab the rebound. It trickles through his fingertips and out of bounds. And it will be Rams basketball. Shot clock had never reset, so even if Pruitt had stuck a fork in that pass or shot, he would have really had to hustle to get a shot up. Fans all still standing here at the Gaines Center waiting for that first basket by the home team. And it will be taken up the floor by Rankins, guarded by Bradley. Rams with the ball, attacking from left to right across their home floor. Backdoor cut looking for Cologne, attacking Pruitt, shot no good. Rebound tipped back up and out, and Watts sails for the rebound. Here come the Braves again on offense. Looking to the left side, pass intercepted. It was intended for Evans. Spinning towards the middle, Crandall, bounce pass, looking down low. It's out of bounds and turned over by Winston-Salem State. A couple turnovers by the Rams to get their game started, and now the Rams will pick up in the full court. 5 for the Braves, still their starters: Watts, Pruitt, Evans, Bradley, and Grant. We've played just over a minute, and there's no score between the Braves and Rams. Full court pressure by the Rams. The inbounds pass goes to Grant. He'll run up the far side, now cut back towards the middle, and wait to try to get the ball to his point guard, Bradley, which he does. Bradley breaks the timeline with 2 seconds to spare, dribbling with the left hand, and pass goes to the left wing. It's Watts. Watts gets it back over to Bradley. Bradley uses a Grant screen to dribble to the top of the key. A deep three-pointer from straight away. Bradley, no good. Rebound high up in the air, controlled by Winston-Salem State. Here comes McAllister, guarded by Watts. 90 seconds in, still no score in this one. On the left side. Now attacking the right side of the lane, Crandall, stripped and stolen. Here comes Evans off the tip by Grant. Evans to the basket, puts up the shot, and it rattles in. 18-13 left in the first half, and the Braves are taking a 2-0 lead. Now the Rams, not anyone looking to get this inbounds pass. They finally have to lob it up high and get it to Crandall. Fans all still standing, but they're getting antsy as the Rams have gone 2 minutes with 3 turnovers and no really good looks at the basket. 2-0 Braves lead, walking into a 3. It's wide open, and Rankins connects. Now everyone can finally sit down. 3-2 Rams lead, 17:45 to go in the first half. Bradley takes it up for UNCP as the Braves go from right to left across the hardwood. Around the perimeter, Grant at the top of the key. He traveled as he tried to drive the lane, and it's turned right back over. Braves will be on defense. Rams basketball. A rowdy crowd expected here as fans continue to file in on a gorgeous night in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Temperature around 70 degrees outside, unseasonably warm, but the action is extra warm here in the gym. Rankins controlling action, driving down the left side lane. He gets a step on Bradley. Up with a shot, no good. Tip dunk, missed. Too strong by Long. Here comes Evans after the Braves rebound. To the left wing, Evans up top for Grant. Grant slid the pivot foot again. There's 2 straight traveling calls on Nigel Grant, and he disagrees with this one, to say the least. You could tell he was off balance. He was sort of in an awkward spot, started to step with that other foot, and then just lifted up the pivot foot a teeny tiny bit. That was a pretty close call. And Nigel Grant turns it over. It's still a 3-2 Winston-Salem State lead. We've played almost 3 minutes here in the first half as both teams have struggled with some high-pressure defense. Pass tipped but recovered by Cologne. The Rams trapped in the corner. Cologne is in trouble. Has it poked away. Bounces it up top. And the Braves looking to get a steal. It's tipped out of bounds off of Evans. But the shot clock will be down to 12 for Winston-Salem State. They never got the ball anywhere near the three-point arc there. Just barely across the timeline. Let's see if the Braves try to trap again right at half court. 3-2 Winston-Salem State lead. It's Rankins dribbling with his right hand. Bradley will pick him up. The shot clock down to 7. The Rams got to go. Looks like a 2-3 zone for UNCP, or maybe even a 2-1-2. Shot clock to 2. 3-point attempt from the left corner. McAllister, no good. Rebound high up in the air. Evans has it, poked away, gets it back, and the Braves will come back on offense now. Looking for something to build some rhythm either side on offense. It's been a very defensive game so far. To the right side, it goes to Evans. Right free throw line extended, holding above his head. There's a foul and a whistle away from the ball. Foul goes against Winston-Salem State. Crandall gets called for his first personal. His first team's first. 16:33 to go in the first half. Braves trailing 3-2. Bradley looking for an inbounds. Has it to Grant on the low block. Ball poked away, diving forward on the floor. And Grant's feet were touching the baseline as he was touching the basketball. That's another turnover by Nigel Grant. Already 3 for him in the first 3.5 minutes. That one not entirely his fault. Not the sharpest pass by Bradley, as the pass was kind of thrown down near his ankles. In the middle of the lane, floater down the lane, around the rim and out, and UNCP has the rebound. Lobbing it to the far side, Evans, bounce pass looking for Pruitt. Hands in the passing lane, Winston-Salem State has a steal. Another Braves turnover. Starting to lose count already. On the right wing, open for 3. Cologne can't get it to go, and Evans has the rebound for UNCP. 4 minutes in the books here. Braves trailing 3-2. Evans up the near side, throws it up top for Bradley. Bradley will call out the play for the Braves as the next dead ball will be our under 16 media timeout, I believe. Pruitt throws it up top for Watts. To the right wing, Bradley. Bradley finds Evans, straight away 3-point attempt with a hand in his face. Doesn't matter. Andrew Evans for 3, and the Braves go up 5-3 with 15:40 to go in the first half. UNCP will look to pick up right at half court as the Rams attack the basket. Throw it back up top for Rankins. He'll set up the play. Left side, Crandall. Guarded by Grant. Crandall tried to throw a backdoor pass, picked up his dribble. Now he's in trouble. And has to get rid of it to the left elbow. Here's Long down the middle of the lane, up with a tough shot. No good. Rebound batted around. Braves have it. Good defense by Pruitt. Then he tipped the rebound over to Watts. Now it's Grant down the middle of the lane, up to the basket. Got hacked. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. An aggressive take to the rim there by Nigel Grant. Almost wasn't expecting the pass in transition, but he will be at the line to shoot 2. And the Braves bench was ready to be up and do the media timeout, but I believe here at Winston-Salem State and in the CIAA hosted events, they just do every 5-minute media timeouts as opposed to every 4 minutes, trying to speed up the pace of play. First free throw up and good by Nigel Grant. The Braves take a 6-3 lead with 15:14 to go. A couple conferences and leagues still do that here in Division II. It's a bit of an adjustment for me, coming from the Peach Belt Conference and UNCP, where the Braves do the standard every 4-minute media timeout on the men's side. And as the second free throw, no good by Grant. Back come the Rams on offense. To the right side, Cologne and Rankins just playing a little back and forth. Left elbow jump shot on the way. Too strong, no good by Crandall, and the Braves have another rebound. 5 minutes down, Braves up 6-3. It's still the same 5 on the floor for both teams as neither team has made a substitution. Bradley uses a Pruitt screen, splits a double team, flips it to Watts. Right wing 3-ball on the way. No good. Rebound high up in the air. Pruitt tries to grab it, and it gets taken away. Rams looking to run in transition. Here's Long going to the basket. Tries to posterize Watts, and there's a foul. Shot no good. And it will be Nate Long going to the free throw line to shoot 2. He was really trying to get the crowd into this game. They haven't had a lot to cheer about yet. Now we'll have this timeout on the floor. 14:41 to go in the first half. Braves leading the Rams 6-3 on the Braves Broadcast Network. $14:41 to go in the first half. Nate Long will be shooting 2 for Winston-Salem State as the Braves lead 6-3. The first free throw is good. Braves fans, Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 17 of UNC Pembroke's varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of those innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry, and it's one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. UNCP thanks Adidas for all of their support and offering the best for Braves athletes. Second free throw, no good, so UNCP comes back on offense. 14.5 minutes to go in the first half, leading 6-4. It's Grant up top, throws to the left side, Watts. Now Watts will retreat with the dribble and call out a play. Watts hands off to Bradley. Bradley takes it to the free throw line. Jump shot is open, misses it. He got clobbered on the release. No foul called. Grant grabs the offensive rebound. A strong dribble, lays it up and in. Nigel Grant gets the putback for the Braves, and the lead back up to 4 for UNCP. 14:08 to go in this first half. A nice spin move here by Mills. Mills in traffic, dumps off a pass. Teammate wasn't expecting it, and it's turned over again by Winston-Salem State. Here comes Bradley up the middle of the floor, dishes to Watts on the right wing. They bounce it to the right block, Grant. Grant gets to work on the low block. He gets fouled before he can do anything with it, and that foul will go against Nate Long. It'll be his first. Already the third team foul on Winston-Salem State. As a couple subs now for the Braves. Akia Pruitt and Andrew Evans head to the bench. Mike Smith and James Murray Boyles come on for UNCP. 13:52 left in the first half. Braves leading the Rams 8-4. Baseline out of bounds after the foul. They get to Murray Boyles just inside the arc straight away. Shot no good. Long rebound. Watts grabs it through a double team. Fresh 30 on the shot clock for the Braves, and UNCP will reset their offense. Bradley gets harassed, gets the ball back right near the midcourt stripe. Throws it to the right side for Murray Boyles, who hands it right back off to the point guard. Bradley calls for a Grant screen, works his way around it with the left hand. Dishes out, and they'll call a 3 in the key. James Murray Boyles was camped out in the lane. Mike Smith fired up a three-pointer. It was good, but it will not count. Another turnover by UNCP. 13:29 to go in the first half. Braves up 8-4 on the Rams. So we check in a score update from UNCP women's basketball, and the women leading St. Andrews in overtime, 53-52. That one available on our video channel, a full video stream of that one. There's a straightaway 3, good by Robert Cologne, who just dribbled that from the right wing back up top and took a wide open 3. Braves lead, cut to 1, it's 8-7. Smith in some trouble, finds Murray Boyles. Grant goes up through contact, lays it in and 1. That's one way to silence the crowd as Nigel Grant getting to work under the basket. Nice assist by Murray Boyles. Caught it at the free throw line. Threw a nice little pocket pass to Nigel Grant, who was waiting on the left block, and laid it up through a hard foul. Nigel Grant will try to complete the three-point play. UNCP leading 10-7 with 13:07 left in the first half. One free throw now for Nigel Grant. For Grant, 7 of 8 at the free throw line last time the Braves faced Winston-Salem State, and he's good at the line there. An 84% free throw shooter on the season gives the Braves a 4-point edge 7 minutes into this first half. Down the right side of the lane, this time Murray Boyles trying to defend a hard drive by McAllister. Bumped him before the shot, which went in, but they'll call the foul on the floor, so no basket. First personal on Murray Boyles and the second team foul on UNCP. 12:57 to go, first half. Braves 11, Rams 7 here at the CE Gain Center in Winston-Salem. Inbounds pass goes to Cologne, the freshman and leading scorer for the Rams. At the right elbow now, trying to spin through defense is Crandall, and that's a wild shot. Murray Boyles able to control the rebound. Great straight-up defense there by Nigel Grant to force the miss. Here's Bradley attacking down the left side of the lane. In some trouble now in the corner, finds Grant. Just inside the arc, a long two, too strong. Rebound tipped around, and it goes out off UNCP. Let's see if that air ball gets the fans to yell at Nigel Grant a little bit. Seems like they're not trying to catch on. The PA announcer almost cued them in, said that's an air ball, and no one started chanting. Maybe because Grant already has 5 quick points. It's been a problem here for the Rams, both on offense and on defense. In the right corner, now a long pass back up top. Watts gets a hand on it, trying to check it down. He does. The Braves have a steal. Watts in some trouble, finds Murray Boyles under the basket, gets fouled as he goes up. Michael Adams reached in and tried to strip Murray Boyles, and that foul for the Rams will be their 5th team foul and the second personal on Michael Adams. James Murray Boyles goes to the stripe for UNCP. 12:16 to go in the first half. UNCP leading 11-7. And James Murray Boyles, the sophomore from Columbia, South Carolina, a 75% free throw shooter so far this season, 5 games in, as he rattles in the first free throw. And we'll get a host of substitutions now for both sides. Micah Kinsey and Carson Mounts on for the Braves, replacing Grant and it looks like Evans. And for the Rams, 3 new players on as well. The 5 for UNCP, it's Mounts, Murray Boyles at the forward spots, the point guard Kinsey, and the guards Smith and Watts. Both free throws were good for James Murray Boyles. Second one, nothing but net. And with 12:10 to go in the first half, Braves up by 6. It's 13-7, trying to keep these fans here in Winston-Salem silent. Rankins has it on the left side, now dribbling back up top, guarded by the freshman Micah Kinsey. Couple crossovers, can't shake him. And now the senior guard Rankins down to 10 on the shot clock. He hasn't passed the ball on this possession. We'll go down the right side of the lane. Pass tipped by Mike Smith out of bounds into the Braves bench. Shot clock will be down to 5 for the Rams as they inbound from the sideline. Awkward spot to inbound from at the very end of the Braves bench in the corner. And they'll have to hurry up and try to get a shot off. Inbounds pass goes to Cologne from the right free throw line extended. Splits a double team floater from the free throw line, nothing but net. That is a difficult move by a freshman. He gets it to fall anyway. It's 13-9 Braves. Watts up the middle of the floor. Murray Boyles tried to set a screen, and Watts didn't try to use it. Now we'll take it down the left side lane with the left hand. Spins into the middle, dishes back out. Smith with the up fake and drive, hopping through the defense. Double pump layup. Tried to go high off the glass, over everything, and out of bounds. Mike Smith with the tough shot there. Tried to do a little bit too much. And I'm not sure it's a shot Ben Miller wants Mike Smith trying to take. Smith, a good hustle player for the Braves. The senior from Greenville, North Carolina. A junior college transfer in his second season with the Braves. Known more as a lockdown defender, and he will be a good outside shooter as well for the Braves. In fact, the Braves' best three-point shooter at this point of the season, shooting 56% from behind the arc. But I'm not sure trying to take guys off the dribble into a double team is really his strong suit. 11.5 minutes to go in the first half. Winston-Salem State set to go after they had to mop up a wet spot. 4-point Braves lead. It's 13-9. That'll be a moving screen on the exchange. Rankins tried to hand off to Cologne, and Rankins just lowered his shoulder into Mike Smith on that dribble handoff. No doubt about that. He looked like a running back trying to hit the hole on a handoff. It'll be the second personal on Rankins, and there are 16 fouls now against Winston-Salem State, so any more, and the Braves will be shooting free throws. Kinsey walks it up for the Braves as they go from right to left across the hardwood. It's Watts on the left free throw line extended. Uses a mount screen down the right side of the lane. Dish out to Smith. Three-point attempt on the way, around the rim and out. And we'll get a foul under the basket. It's against UNCP on the fight for the rebound. Carson Mounts cleared out some space. So that's the first personal on Mounts, team's third. 10:59 to go first half. It's a 13-9 lead for UNC Pembroke. The 5 for the Braves right now. It's Kinsey, Murray Boyles, Smith, Mounts, and Watts. Watts still hasn't gotten a breather yet in this game. Up the floor for the Rams as the handoff goes to Cologne after Rankins had to take a seat with 2 personal fouls. The freshman Cologne guarded by Mike Smith. At the top of the key, drives with the left hand. Up at Mounts, lays it up over the big man. Straight elevation with a tough layup, and it's down to a 2-point Braves lead. Smith walks it up for the Braves, gets it back over to Watts, who will call out the play from the right wing. Watts dribbles towards the top of the key, waiting for somebody to get open. He'll call for Smith to come get the handoff on the right side. 10.5 minutes to go, a 2-point UNC Pembroke lead. Watts straight away thought about the 3, now will take his man on the dribble. Spins, fall-away jump shot from the free throw line is good. Brandon Watts for 2, and the Braves lead back up to 4. Just over 10 minutes to play in this first half, 15-11 UNCP. And the Braves also have the Rams at 6 team fouls already. Looking for a back cut that's not there. Kinsey reaches in, pokes the ball away. It's recovered by Mills for the Rams. Free throw line jump shot, too strong. Long rebound, UNCP has it. Kinsey will slow it up, leaps in the air, throws a pass to Murray Boyles. Hopping his way towards the basket, gets the shot blocked, gets it back, lays it up and in on the reverse. James Murray Boyles sticks with it and is rewarded with an easy layup. 17-11 UNCP. Just under 10 minutes to go in half number 1. And we'll get a timeout taken by Winston-Salem State. Head coach James Wilhelmy, in his 3rd season here in Winston-Salem, wants to take this timeout. It'll be a full timeout, and we'll take it with him. 9:40 left in the first half. Braves 17, Rams 11 on the Braves Broadcast Network. Final score to update you on from Pembroke as UNCP women's basketball defeated St. Augustine's, in overtime, 64-60. UNCP women's basketball picking up their first home win of the season. Here in Winston-Salem, there's 9:40 to go in the first half, and the Braves lead the Rams 17-11. Braves in a 2-3 zone. It's the Rams basketball, and Kinsey hit with the reach-in, try to take it away from Rankins. For Kinsey, that'll be his first, team's fourth. The 5 on the floor for UNCP right now, it's Kinsey, Smith, and Watts, the guards, with the sophomore pair, Murray Boyles and Mounts, holding down the forward spots. Looks like the Braves have switched to a man-to-man now on this inbound as they get it into Xavier Mills for Winston-Salem State. Takes it to the right wing, guarded by Kinsey. On the right side, tries to cross over and drive baseline. Hopping his way to the basket, it's rejected by Kinsey. The little man, just 6 feet tall, soaring high to get the block. Now he'll come the other way in transition, tries to get the layup, gets hacked, no foul called, goes down hard to the floor, shot no good. Rams come back the other way. Now Cologne trying to hop his way to the basket, leaves it for a teammate who missed the bunny under the basket. Layup no good by Pippins, and a very frustrated Winston-Salem State fans. They can't believe that just missed. Mike Smith gets called for a foul, and that'll be Smith's first, team's fourth. But the restlessness here in the crowd, Winston-Salem State just can't really get a bucket here on their home floor. 9:01 left in the first half. Braves lead by 6. And on the inbounds pass, there's a foul called on Winston-Salem State. Crandall set an illegal pick. It'll be the 7th team foul on the Rams, but because it was an offensive foul, it is not a bonus situation, as the Braves will bring on a substitution. Mike Smith will go to the bench, and Andrew Evans back on for UNCP. 9:01 left in the first half. It's a 17-11 UNCP lead. Watts throws the inbounds pass to Kinsey as the Rams pick up full court defensively. They will sag off it now and let Kinsey just take it up the floor. Breaks the timeline, the Ram logo at midcourt. Throws it to the left side for Evans, holding it above his head. Zips it up top, Murray Boyles, who whips it to the right side. There's a foul under the basket as Mounts was fighting for position with Stephen Pippins. They'll call the foul on the Rams, Stephen Pippins. That'll be his first, but team's 8th, and it puts Carson Mounts at the free throw line to shoot a 1-and-1. Excuse me, James Murray Boyles will be the one. No? Ref points back to Mounts. So Carson Mounts to the line to shoot 2. Excuse me, a 1-and-1 for Carson Mounts. Everyone a little confused about what's going on here. The PA was ready to announce Murray Boyles, but Murray Boyles is the one who wanted to take those free throws. Mounts misses the front end of the 1-and-1, and the Braves come up empty on this possession. Under 9 minutes to play in the first half. It's still a 6-point UNC Pemnroke lead. Hesitation move to the basket. Cologne up with the shot. No good. There's a foul. So he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Let's see who they call this on. They call it on Mounts. That'll be his second. And that will get Nigel Grant back over to the scorer's table and ready to check in. A very frustrated Carson Mounts. Usually not a guy who is very expressive on the floor. He just untucked his jersey, walked straight over to the bench, and went to take a seat. He has to technically stand there for the first free throw before Grant can check in. 2 free throws coming up for Robert Cologne, an 83% free throw shooter. Now there's the horn. The substitution can be made. Grant will come in for Mounts, and for the Rams, Jamal McAllister will check in, and it will be Nate Long going to the bench. Raquel Days will also check in and replace number 32. Looks like James Rucker for the Rams. One more free throw on the way for Cologne. He's good on both. 8:39 to go first half. Braves up by 4. It's 17-13. A low-scoring defensive affair between the Braves and Rams. Braves trying to break the press. They do it with a long pass. Grant catches and just hands it off to Evans, who will get it back to the point guard, Kinsey. Watts was open on the right wing calling for it, perhaps wanted to try to make a dunk and really get the momentum back going on the Braves side. They haven't had a big splash play in a while. Up top, Murray Boyles fires a 3. No good. And the rebound by Winston-Salem State gets poked away by Kinsey, and he was the last to touch it. So it's Rams ball. A couple more subs for the Braves, as it will be Bradley checking in for Kinsey, and Pruitt coming on for Brandon Watts. So Watts will get his first break after almost 12 continuous minutes of action. 8:11 to go in the first half. Braves up 17-13 and pressing full court against the Rams. Bradley will guard the ball handler, Xavier Mills. Mills will take it up the middle of the floor. Almost pushed off Bradley there. That's dangerous, but Bradley also selling it a little bit. Pass to the left side, McAllister. McAllister at the free throw line. Tries to get Pruitt up in the air. It's not happening. To the right side, Cologne. Off a screen, fires a 3. Too strong. Offensive rebound, Winston-Salem State. Back outside, McAllister. Driving. Fall away. Layup. Way too strong. And the rebound there for Alex Bradley after that didn't even hit the rim. Bradley up the middle of the floor. Surging to the basket. Gets bumped. Puts up the shot. They'll say it was on the floor. And the foul called on number 5, Xavier Mills, his first, team's 9th. So it puts Alex Bradley at the free throw line to shoot a 1-and-1 for the Braves. Braves fans, don't miss out on your chance to receive rewards for attending UNCP home athletic events during the 2016-17 season. Visit the App Store on your smartphone and download #BraveNation, UNCP's new fan engagement app. The app can be found on the Apple Store or on Google Play. Search using #BraveNation. Alex Bradley at the free throw line, shooting a 1-and-1 here for the Braves, and he's good on the first free throw. 18-13, UNCP leads with 7:40 to go in the first half here at Winston-Salem State University, the second of 2 non-conference meetings between the two schools. Winston-Salem State, part of the UNC system, as Bradley makes both free throws. They were briefly a D1 program and then transitioned back in after 2010 after financial difficulties. They had made the transition starting in 2007, but it didn't work out for the Rams, who were much more dominant at the D2 level. at the left elbow. The handoff goes to Mills, holding outside the arc now. Pass to the left side, fighting around a screen. Let's see who they call this on. It's on Bradley, who threw almost a punch practically to try to get around a pick. That will be the 7th team foul on the Braves. And Bradley needs to be careful there. Pippins didn't set much of a screen there, but Bradley tried to fight around it, and I am not sure I agree with that call, to be quite honest. 7:17 left in the first half. Braves up by 6, and it will be Stephen Pippins at the line, the freshman from Greenville, to shoot a 1-and-1. First free throw, back rim and out, and Bradley comes back to get the rebound. Bradley shovels it over to Evans. Right corner three in transition. Too strong, no good. Murray Boyles climbed over the back. No, they'll call it on the box out. Raquel Days didn't have good position, and that will be 2 free throws coming up for James Murray Boyles. Sort of an awkward looking play for both players, as Days never really established a box out there. I was trying to clear. So some weird fouls both sides, but at least they're calling it both ways, as Murray Boyles will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws, and he's good on the first shot. 7:09 left in the first half. UNCP up now 20-13. I think they still have it at 19. I'm not sure they ever counted that last point. Second free throw, no good, and there's a lane violation. So the score will stay at 19-13. I thought the Braves were at 19 before. But that's the score they're going to leave it at right now. Oh, no, there they finally put it up. 20-13, UNCP lead with 7 minutes left in the first half. Evans guarding full court against Mills, but both teams need to be careful now as they're both over the limit in terms of fouls. Up top, the pass goes to the left side. Braves doubling on the base, on the sideline. Bradley pokes it away and then draws a foul. He took the ball right away from Raquel Days, and then in transition, Days just slapped Bradley on the wrist to keep him from getting an easy fast break layup. 6:50 left in the first half, and Alex Bradley will shoot 2 more free throws. One of the stories so far this season for the Rams has been their ability to get to the line almost as a predictor of how they'll do in the game. In their 3 wins, they've attempted 43 free throws per game. In their 3 losses, they've attempted just 19 free throws per game. Bradley good on the first free throw, and he'll get 1 more. A couple subs for the Rams. It's now a 21-13 UNC Pemnroke lead. Just under 7 minutes to go. Bradley, a redshirt senior from Fayetteville, almost 13 points a game for him, and a 77% free throw conversion rate. Second free throw on the way. It's good. And the Braves lead as large as it's been. It's 9 for the visitors, 22-13. And the Rams will be looking for some answers on offense. Pass goes up top for Mills, dish to the right corner, open 3-point attempt. Nothing but net. And there is that answer. And quickly the other way, Bradley, a reverse layup. So just like that, the Braves get 2 of those points back. It's 24-16, UNC Pembroke with 6.5 minutes to play. Around the perimeter, held up top. This is Mills. Long pass, Cologne, hesitation dribble, up to the basket, leaves it for a teammate, and Nate Long good with the layup. 24-18, UNCP lead with 6 minutes to go in the first half. Bradley up the far side, uses a Pruitt screen, takes it with the left hand, and he carried the basketball. They don't call that very often, but that was a pretty obvious call there. Bradley got the hand under the basketball and then took another dribble. So it's a turnover by the Braves, as Winston-Salem State will come back on offense. Jason Payne, the one who made that last 3-pointer for Winston-Salem State. He's appeared in just 2 games out of their 6 and played just 20 minutes. He was not on the roster the first time these 2 teams played. So the Rams happy to have him available here tonight as the Braves sag back into a 2-3. Let's see if the Rams can hit a 3-pointer to punish them. Under 6 minutes to go in the first half. It's a 6-point Braves lead. A deep 3. This time too strong by Payne, and Pruitt grabs the rebound for UNC Pembroke. Here comes Evans with the lefty dribble up the left side, lobbing it down low for Grant on the left block. Grant gets a man up in the air, puts up a shot, can't get the roll, and he will go to the line to shoot 2. McAllister bit on the pump fake and then was leaning into Nigel Grant. And that foul going against McAllister. His first 10th team foul, probably 11th or 12th at this point for Winston-Salem State. Bottom line is they're over the limit. It'll be 2 free throws for Nigel Grant. 5:33 to go in the first half. Braves 24, Rams 18. Nigel Grant at the line to shoot 2. Nothing but net on the first free throw, as it will be Murray Boyles coming into the game for Akia Pruitt. No, they're making a change just in who they have lining up for the free throw. Usually the forwards line up to try to rebound a missed free throw, but so confident is Ben Miller that Grant will make this. He's already starting to set up his press, and Grant obliges, makes the second free throw. It's an 8-point UNCP lead, and Evans and Bradley will come up and pressure. A little zone trap here with Murray Boyles and Pruitt sneaking up to midcourt, and Grant patrolling the deep safety spot. Rams make a couple passes, break the trap, and now set up their half-court offense. 5:20 left in the first half. It's a 26-18 lead for UNC Pembroke, held on the left side by Winston-Salem State with their freshman guard, Robert Colon. Calls for a screen, doesn't use it. Pass goes to the left corner. Three-point attempt, McAllister rattles it home. Jamel McAllister, the sophomore, 50% three-point shooter, has another one for the Rams. 5 minutes to go now in the first half. Braves 26, Rams 21. Bradley with the basketball for UNCP. Pass goes to the left wing. Held over the head by Evans, up top for Pruitt. Pruitt pass fake to the left, now bounce to the left elbow. Murray Boyles, who fires the jump shot and hits. James Murray Boyles for two. And the lead is 28-21 UNCP. Under 5 minutes to play, as it looks like both offenses settling in a little bit more with some of those jump shots. McAllister hopping to the basket, spins, fires a pass, and throws it straight out of bounds into the pep band. That'll take us to a timeout on the floor with 4:33 remaining in the first half. UNCP leading the Winston-Salem State Rams. Braves looking to pick up a road victory, but still a long way to go. 28-21, and we'll be right back. Braves fans, ever wondered why our sponsor, Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, has such a long name? One reason is the tremendous variety of cars and trucks they offer to meet every need. Great-looking Chevrolets, Buicks, Cadillacs, and even GMC SUVs and trucks. They have everything from budget vehicles to top-of-the-line Cadillacs, so why would you shop anywhere else? Try their quick lube, and while your vehicle is being serviced, you can see for yourself. That's Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, located next to Lumberton High School. 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. UNCP leading on the road at Winston-Salem State, 28-21. It's held on the left side by Murray Boyles, looking for Pruitt. That pass might have been tipped. Let's see where they point, and it will remain Braves basketball inbounding from midcourt. Braves wearing their road black jerseys that say Braves with black letters and gold trim. Same thing with the numbers as well. Rams with their home white jerseys, red lettering and numbering, and red trim down the sides. Down to 13 on the shot clock, so the Braves need to work quickly. Bradley on the left side, tries to cross over, down to 8 on the shot clock. Lost the ball, turns it over. Rams looking to run the other way. Up the middle of the floor, here comes McAllister. Pass to the left side, three-point attempt on the way. Mills, too strong. Murray Boyles and Grant fighting with each other for the rebound, and the Braves finally able to figure it out and grab the rebound amongst themselves. Now Pruitt hopping to the basket on the reverse, can't get it to go. Murray Boyles tried to tip it in, and he gets called for over the back. James Murray Boyles picks up his second personal foul on the loose ball. And we'll go the other way, Rams basketball. Braves are running a pretty big lineup out there with Grant, Pruitt, Murray Boyles, Bradley, and Evans. So they'll sub out Murray Boyles and instead bring in Watts. And we'll go the other way and shoot free throws. That was a loose ball foul. The 8th team foul on UNCP will put number 15, Nate Long, at the free throw line for Winston-Salem State. Long, a redshirt sophomore from Winston-Salem, who missed last season with an injury, a 60% free throw shooter so far this year. Remember, the Rams 3-3 on the season, Braves at 4-1. Free throw missed. Braves control the rebound, so nothing doing on the 1-and-1 opportunity for Winston-Salem State this time. 3:45 left in the first half. Bradley wide open for a transition three. No one picked him up, and he knocks it in. Alex Bradley gives the Braves a 10-point lead. It's 31-21. And that's something that will make a coach very, very unhappy. James Wilhelmy about ready to take the jacket off, the coat off, as he continues to yell at his players. Deep three on the left side. Good, the response by Robert Colon. But the crowd really not getting into it here at Winston-Salem, as their team still staring at a 7-point deficit after that three. 3:10 left in the first half. Watts takes up the floor for UNC Pemnroke, taking it down the left side of the lane to the basket through contact, gets the shot back after it was blocked, and will reset the offense. Back outside for Bradley. Shot clock didn't reset, so the Braves have 10 to shoot. 3 minutes left on the first half game clock. Bradley uses a screen by Grant. They'll say he lowered the shoulder, and we'll go the other way on an illegal screen called on Nigel Grant, his second. 9th team foul on the Braves, but because this one's an offensive foul, it will not be a shooting situation. Now Mounts will check back into the game and replace Grant. Both Braves big men have 2 personal. 2:55 left in the first half. UNCP leading 31-24. Pippins will check back in and replace Nate Long for the Rams. The 5 on the floor for the Braves right now. It's Bradley and Watts, Evans, Pruitt, and Carson Mounts. Up top, hopping to the basket through a double team. Jump ball as Pruitt tied up Jamel McAllister. Possession arrow favors UNCP. So Pruitt not quite a block as he held the ball as McAllister tried to jump in, shoot into a double team. It will be Braves basketball after the turnover. 2:45 to go before halftime. Braves up 31-24, and they'll try to break a little token press here from Winston-Salem State. Watts will just walk it up as he kind of hops his way up the floor with a couple between-the-leg dribbles. Calls out the play for the UNCP offense as they go from right to left across the hardwood. Bradley on the left side, bounces it down low for Pruitt, who gets double-teamed. Up with the shot, tries to bank it in, no good. Mounts sails in, tips the rebound around, and tries to save it, but his foot was on the baseline. Great hustle by the big man. They need to be careful, though, as he's playing with 2 fouls. And we'll stop and wipe up a wet spot on the floor before action resumes. Braves fans, if you want to get in on the action, season tickets for the 2016-17 home basketball season are on sale, and premium chairback seats for the Peach Belt Conference's most electric environment can be purchased for as little as $70. Call 910-521-6361 or visit uncpbraves.com/tickets to get UNCP Braves season tickets before Peach Belt Conference play gets started. And we start playing those double headers. It's a great value, an afternoon of entertainment. Braves men's and women's basketball should both figure into the Peach Belt Conference playoff picture. 3-point attempt off the dribble, no good as Mounts switched and closed out on the shot by Cologne, who airballed it. Braves have the rebound, come back on offense with 2 minutes to go before halftime. To the right side, it goes to Watts. Braves leading by 7. Pruitt catches on the right wing, up with the righty hook shot, left it short, recovered by Winston-Salem State, and the Rams looking to push. Bradley stepping in, he draws the charge. Offensive foul called on Robert Cologne, and we'll go the other way. First personal on Cologne. Offensive foul, and the Braves will come back on offense. A couple more subs for the Rams. No changes by the Braves. They stay with the 5 of Bradley, Evans, Watts, Pruitt, and Mounts. 31-24, the Braves lead. And here comes a Winston-Salem State press. Would give you stats or score updates, but no one is doing live stats. They're not available online here tonight. So since I can't keep a book and do a broadcast at the same time, I can't tell you who has how many points. Evans in the corner off the offensive rebound, no good. Bradley took the shot. Mounts tipped the rebound to him, and then Evans fired a 3, which was missed. And the Rams come back on offense. We're under 90 seconds to play in the first half, trailing by 7. Up top, they have it with Days, who swings it to the right side. Ball poked away by Watts. Bradley comes away with a steal. In transition, fakes a pass, puts up the layup, and it's good. Alex Bradley soaring to the rim and finishes with a layup. It's 33-24 UNCP. Final minute of the first half. Great defense by the Braves right at half court, as they've been able to force a lot of, convert some of them into points. Pass going to the right side. It's held now by Days. Up top, they swing it to the left side around the perimeter. Payne up top to Days, back over to Payne, fires a 3. Watts gets a piece of it, and it's bouncing around. Braves have the rebound. Pruitt in transition, up top for Mounts. Mounts working his way to the basket, slithers around a defender and lays it in. Carson mounts for two, and it's an 11-point Braves lead. 35-24 with 30 seconds left before halftime. Just about a 3-second difference between the shot clock and game clock, so the Rams will hold for the last shot. McAllister guarded by Pruitt, just bouncing it back and forth on the right side. Throws it back up top to midcourt where Rankins will call for a screen. Down to 10 on the shot clock, 12 on the game clock. Taking it with the left hand. Bradley staying on him. Now he'll fire a three off the bounce around the rim and out. Rebound tipped up. No good. UNCP with the rebound. Evans from half court with 2 seconds left. Fires. No good. And we go to halftime, but the Braves have their largest lead of the game. It's 35-24 UNC Pembroke after 20 minutes of play. I'll tell you what. Last year when the Braves came into this building, they had a very good team, ranked in the top 25 at full strength. A very inspired Rams team, forced overtime, and the Braves were able to win 89-88 in that game. But then Winston-Salem State came back to Pembroke, lost by 20. And then the third game of this all-time series was earlier this year. Braves won that one 86-72 and are in control here on the road at halftime. Your halftime score one more time, 35-24, the fourth all-time meeting between the Braves and Rams, and the Braves looking to stay perfect in the series. We'll be back in about 15 minutes or so on the Braves Broadcast Network for the second half. You're listening to UNC Pembroke men's basketball. Getting ready to go here to begin the second half at the CE Game Center on the campus of Winston-Salem State University. It's UNC Pemnroke men's basketball with a 35-24 lead at halftime here over the Rams. On the Braves Broadcast Network, I'm Cameron Songer. Let's take a look at some of the halftime stats. Leaders for both teams in terms of scoring. Alex Bradley leading the Braves with 11 points. He also has 2 steals. Game's high scorer is Robert Colon of Winston-Salem State, who's 2 of 5 from behind the arc and just scoring 12 points. Also for the Braves, Nigel Grant with 8 points and 5 rebounds. Brandon Watts, a slow first half, 2 points, 4 rebounds, but 2 steals. Andrew Evans, 5 points and a team best 7 rebounds. It's also a game high. And James Murray Boyles, 7 points and 3 rebounds. For the team stats, Braves shooting a better percentage from the floor, 37 to 30%, but the Rams are getting a lot of points from behind the arc. They're 5 of 13 from deep compared to 2 of 9 from deep. But the Braves have gotten to the free throw line 7 more times and made 8 more free throws and also turned the ball over 3 fewer times. Braves are also holding an 11-0 edge in fast break points and a +9 mark on the glass. That's how the Braves have this 35-24 lead as the Rams will inbound going from right to left across the floor to begin the second half. Pass goes to the left side. It's held by McAllister, guarded by Watts. Dribbles it back up to the top of the key. Passes to the right side for Colon. Colon, a little pocket pass, intercepted. Evans and Pruitt get to the steal. Now a long pass in transition, taken away by Winston-Salem State. The Braves are trying to get it to Bradley, and back come the Rams. Up the middle of the floor, pass goes to the right side. McAllister thought about a 3, throws it down low instead. Now back out to the corner. Rankins driving right baseline on the reverse off the top of the backboard. It's still loose. Rams have the rebound. Up on the reverse layup is good. Rankins got a defender in the air and leapt right under him for the layup. 35-26 Braves lead as we're 45 seconds into the second half. Grant sailing for a dunk, and then Watts puts it back up, but Grant was still hanging on the rim. That'll be basket interference, and the layup won't count. Grant was arguing that he should have still been hanging on the rim because he would have landed on somebody. And that's on Watts, actually, to not take that shot if his teammate is still hanging on the rim, because even if it goes in, it won't count. So no basket for the Braves on that possession. That's just one of those small technicalities that you're not really sure of until it happens to you. 1 minute off the clock here in the second half. Braves lead is still 9. It's 35-26. Bradley picking up the ball handler right at midcourt as the Rams work it to the left corner. It goes to McAllister. Hopping down low, has a teammate sailing in for a two-handed dunk. It's William Crandall, and that gets the crowd going a little bit. There hasn't been much for the Rams fans to cheer about here today. Bradley taking it up the floor himself, finds Evan in the left corner. Evans on the reverse layup, high off the glass and good. Every time the Rams score, the Braves have an answer. And then on the inbounds pass, Rankins not paying attention, steps out of bounds and it's turned right back over. A 37-28 lead for UNCP. And a lot of this has been mental today for the Rams. Those 12 turnovers in the first half, and none more frustrating for a coach than perhaps that one, as there was just a token inbounds pressure by Alex Bradley in terms of a press. Inbounds pass goes to Evans, who fires a 3 and connects. Andrew Evans from downtown, and the Braves lead 40-28. We've played just 90 seconds here in the second half. This is the largest lead for UNCP. Rankins passes to the left side. Back come the Rams, needing an answer on offense. Grant guarding up top. Crandall will try to take him off the dribble. Picks up his dribble on the right elbow. Now we'll hand it off to a cutting McAllister on the perimeter. Slips, gets his balance, puts up a shot, banks it up, no good. But he got bumped as he put up that shot, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2 if he can get back up. A little slow to stand up there. The foul called on Brandon Watts. That'll be his first, team's first here in the second half. So a shaken up Jamel McAllister will stay on the floor. Excuse me, that's the second on Brandon Watts. And McAllister kind of was grabbing at that right arm a little bit, landed a little awkwardly as he jumped into 2 defenders. And now he's going for that right knee a little bit, walking around the perimeter. Officials will give him a second to walk it off. They wipe up the wet spot under the basket. It will be 2 free throws now for Jamel McAllister, the sophomore, who came into today's game shooting just 8 of 16 from the free throw line. First free throw, a lot of arc, left it short. A high rainbow release from McAllister, and he goes back to put his hands on his knees in between shots, walks off the line, then we'll walk back to it. He's clearly uncomfortable out there on the floor right now. Down by 12, second free throw for the Rams around the rim and out. Rebound tipped to UNCP, so the Braves dodge a bullet there. They still lead by 12, 2 minutes into the second half. Bradley on the right side. Bounce pass goes to Grant at the free throw line. Grant hopping through the defense, lowers the shoulder, puts up the shot. It's no good. Rebound loose in the corner. Rams save it, and will come back the other way, but don't have any numbers. Here's Cologne, picked up by Evans. Cologne, no look pass to the right corner. Now back to Cologne on the right side. Fires a bounce pass down low. Layup is good and won by William Crandall. Boy, Akia Pruitt went flying on an up fake there, and they'll call the foul on Nigel Grant. That'll be his third. Excuse me, just his second. The second on Nigel Grant. And at least by my count, that should have been his third. So Nigel Grant getting a break here in the official scorebook. But the three-point play is converted by Crandall, and we're back down to a single-digit Braves lead. 40-31 UNCP with 17:45 left in the second half. Substitutions for the Rams as they make 3 changes. Braves staying with their same 5. It's Evans, Bradley, and Watts the guards. Akia Pruitt at the 4 and Nigel Grant at the 5. Now the official will come to the scores table. I think they're going to count something, perhaps the number of fouls on Nigel Grant. But maybe not. No announcement being made, and the Rams picking up full court defensively. Bounce pass goes to Bradley. 2 defenders surround him. He'll just turn on a burst of speed, break the timeline, has the ball poked away, gets it back. No look pass under the basket. Pruitt stuffs it in. Akia Pruitt with a big dunk for his first points of the evening. Nobody guarded him as he just ran right to the basket and flushed in with one hand. We had to stop as the Rams tried to block it as it came back out from under the rim. And now a bad pass. Watts comes away with the steal. In transition, Watts to the basket, soaring in for a layup is good. The Braves, a couple quick buckets. They go up 44-31 with 17.5 minutes to go before the end of this game. Bradley guarding in the full court. Rankin's the ball handler for Winston-Salem State. Bradley needs to be careful as he already has 2 fouls. But the Braves in a good position here with their largest lead of 13. To the right elbow, dribble picked up by Crandall. Fires a long pass back outside for Rankins. Down to 10 to shoot for the Rams. Uses the screen up top. The Braves have a switch on him. Behind the arc, throws it to the left side. Extra pass to the left corner. Down to 2 to shoot. Up top, 3-point attempt is open. No good. That shot never hit the rim. Winston-Salem State had the rebound, but it's a shot clock violation, and it'll be the Braves' ball. Nate Long comes in and replaces William Crandall for the Rams. As Winston-Salem State just hasn't been able to figure a lot of things out here offensively. It's been a fairly cold shooting night for the Rams as they were under 30% from the floor in that first half. And that's not usually a winning formula, regardless of how well you shoot the ball from deep, and turnovers haven't helped them either. Bradley, pass up top, Pruitt, jab step and a pass down low. They'll call an offensive foul for Grant, who was trying to box out a Ram player on the entry pass. And that foul on Grant will be his second and the team's third. So they will officially call that just his second. I thought he had 1 or 2 in the first half, but they will call that just 2 on Nigel Grant. He'll go to the bench, and Carson Mounts will come in. 16.5 to go in this one. Braves leading 44-31 over the Rams of Winston-Salem State. Large crowd here at the CE Gain Center has not had much to cheer about. Pass to the left side for Rankins. Rams looking for something on offense. Pass up top, held over the head of Crandall. Now to the right side with their leading scorer, Cologne. Retreat dribble a couple times, shot clock down to 10, but now the big man Mounts guarding him. Tries to cross over, boss the ball, but they'll call a reach-in foul on UNCP as Andrew Evans coming in on help defense and slapped the wrist there of Robert Cologne. Already 4 fouls in the first 4 minutes of this half on UNCP. Rams have not been called for any, and for Evans, that's just his first personal. Entry pass goes to the right corner, and the Rams retreat with the basketball back outside. On the right side, Cologne with it. Uses a screen from Crandall. Now the pass goes to the left wing. Rankins back up top. Cologne, free throw line jump shot on the way from Crandall. Too strong, and Evans comes up and grabs the rebound from one of the guard spots. Evans with 7 rebounds in that first half for UNCP. He is certainly not the largest player on the floor. Far from it. He's listed at just 6 foot. Watts on the left wing off a Mount screen. Dribbles to the top of the key. Finds Bradley in the right corner. Back over to Watts. Right side. 3-point attempt is open. No good. Winston-Salem State with the rebound. 1 and done for the Braves that time. In transition. Here come the Rams. Long. Pass back outside. Gets it over to Mills. Around the perimeter from right to left. It's now held by Cologne, who tries to take it to the basket. Lays it up and good with a finger roll. He scooted around Brandon Watts and laid it in. 44-33, UNCP lead. 15-13 left to go in this one. Watts will walk it up the floor for the Braves. Breaks the timeline. He's guarded by Rankins. Uses a Pruitt screen, a behind-the-back dribble. Leaping pass finds Mounts. Free throw line jump shot is good from the big man. Carson Mounts for 2, and the Braves lead right back up to 13, but the Rams want to go quickly. They take it back up the floor, but the Braves are all back on defense. To the right side, it's Mills. Fakes a pass, throws it back up top, Rankins. Rankins taking it with the left hand to the left wing. Pass goes back up top for Mills. To the perimeter to his right. Cologne, a quick 3 around the rim and out. Pruitt gobbles up the rebound for the Braves. Hands it off to the point guard, Bradley, who takes it up the far wing. Bradley, as the Braves go from left to right across the floor, fires a 3, gets it to go. Alex Bradley for 3, and the Braves lead 49-33 with 14.5 minutes to play. Bradley claps his hands a couple times. He'll pick up right at half court, reaches in for a steal, doesn't get it. Now Rankins will drive to the basket, lays it up, and gets it to go as he scoots around Carson Mounts. 49-35 Braves lead, but Bradley goes quickly, shovels it off. Watts, three-point attempt from the right side, splash. Here comes the Braves outside shooting. It's 52-35 UNCP. And we'll get a timeout here from Winston-Salem State. A timeout on the floor. We will take it as well. 14:06 to play in this one. The Braves have their largest lead. It's 52-35. You're listening to UNCP Braves men's basketball. Braves fans, Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 17 of UNC Pembroke's varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry as one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. UNCP thanks Adidas for all of their support and offering the best for Braves athletes. 14:06 to play in this one. We're at the CE Gain Center in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, home of the Winston-Salem State Rams. And the Rams have been stymied here today by some tough Braves defense and now some outside shooting. It's 52-35 UNCP as the Rams will come back on offense. Pass goes to the left side. Adams fires a 3. Can't get it to go. On the box out, Watts had his man boxed out. Both Watts and a Ram player go tumbling to the floor. And now they'll help up William Crandall. They'll call the foul on Crandall, who was the one who took Watts down. And right in the middle of the floor, they both were on the floor for a couple seconds there. Big old wet spot right in the middle of the lane. They'll have to mop that one up. Foul called on Winston-Salem State's William Crandall. It's his third personal, team's first. And now a timeout on the floor with 13:58 to go. We will take it with them again. 52-35, the UNCP lead. You're listening to UNCP men's basketball on the Braves Broadcast Network. Braves fans, ever wondered why our sponsor Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC has such a long name? One reason is the tremendous variety of cars and trucks they offer to meet every need. Great-looking Chevrolets, Buicks, Cadillacs, and even GMC SUVs and trucks. They have everything from budget vehicles to top-of-the-line Cadillacs, so why would you shop anywhere else? Try their quick lube, and while your vehicle is being serviced, you can see for yourself. That's Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, located next to Lumberton High School. 13:58 to play in this one. UNCP with a 52-35 lead here on the road at Winston-Salem State. The 5 for the Braves right now, it's Mike Smith, James Murray Boyles, Carson Mounts, Alex Bradley, and Brandon Watts. So some bench players coming in, getting some run here in the middle of this half, as Murray Boyles fouls a free throw line jump shot and gets it to go, and suddenly the Braves can't miss. Switching sides really seemed to help the UNCP offense as the Braves going from left to right now. Rams going from right to left from my vantage point on the near sideline. Off the dribble, pass goes back to the left corner, Mills with it for Winston-Salem State. They bounce it down low. McAllister in the lane, tries to go over Mounts, gets the shot to fall. It's 54-37 UNCP. With just a little over 13 minutes to play in the second half. Bradley takes it up the left wing for UNC Pemnroke, uses a Murray Boyles screen. A couple crossover dribbles, can't free up any space. Zip pass goes to the far side for Watts. They throw it down low. Murray Boyles, 12-foot jump shot from the baseline is good, and Murray Boyles has the last 4 points for the Braves. James Murray Boyles, the sophomore from Columbia, South Carolina, averaging 13 points a game so far this season. And he has been a valuable asset for the Braves off the bench, who lead by 19. As there's a whistle away from the ball, Mike Smith gets called for a blocking foul, trying to deny the ball from Robert Colon. For Smith, that's his third personal, and it'll be the 5th team foul already on the Braves. Excuse me, just the 2nd on Mike Smith. As there's 3 on Winston-Salem State's number 22, which is what the scoreboard was still showing. Pass looking to the free throw line. It's caught by McAllister. Off balance. Finds the teammate on the left side. Adams for 3. No good. Rebound batted around. It's loose on the floor. Tipped around. And Winston-Salem State comes away with it. There were 4 black jerseys who couldn't come up with the ball. Rebound now being kicked around, and the Rams still have it. Up top. Handoff. Back up top for Adams. He takes another 3. This time it's good. Boy, the Braves had their chances to clear the glass on that trip. Just couldn't do so. We'll stop the clock now, wipe up a wet spot on the floor. The officials are right on top of that here, and I really appreciate that. As anytime a player goes diving on the hardwood, they will stop action at the next chance to wipe up the wet spot on the floor. And the towel and mop crew has done a terrific job there as well. Give them their props where credit is due. 12:27 to play in the second half. UNCP 56, Winston-Salem State 40. And with the full court press on by the Rams, the Braves cannot afford to take their foot off the gas pedal yet. Still a long way to go in this one, but the Braves in a pretty good spot, up by 16. Remember, the Braves beat Winston-Salem State by 14 in Pembroke just a couple days ago. That was back on November 19th, so less than 2 weeks ago. As the Braves are up a stretch where they play 2 out of 3 against Winston-Salem State. Murray Boyles' straightaway 3 is blocked, but the Braves recover. Down to 8 on the shot clock. The Braves have to go. Bradley from midcourt, driving down the middle against the zone. He'll fall away with a jump shot. Can't get it to go. Rebound tipped up by Murray Boyles. Now he'll come down with it, puts it up, and gets it to go, and 1. James Murray Boyles is taking over. 58-40 UNCP with under 12 minutes to go. And James Murray Boyles will go to the free throw line to try to convert a 3-point play. Foul called on Stephen Pippins. It'll be his second, team's second. And the Braves with an 18-point lead will make a substitution. Nigel Grant comes on and replaces Carson Mounts. UNCP only has 10 eligible players before Quamaine Rose is eligible to return for the Braves' next game, which, by the way, is not until December 10th at Barton, a 4 p.m. Eastern time tip there. Murray Boyles hits the free throw, and the Braves' lead as large as it's been, 59-40, with 11:54 to go in this one. Kinsey comes in and will run the point for a little while as Alex Bradley will get a breather. Down the left side of the lane, no-look pass. Pippins can't handle it, dishes out to the right corner. 3-point attempt, McAllister can't get it to go. Rebound tipped up in the air by Watts. Second chance here for the Rams, but they couldn't stick a fork in it. It goes out of bounds off Xavier Mills, Braves ball. So Watts chasing that rebound down. Now Watts getting some words in with Winston-Salem State's head coach, I believe. James Wilhelmy doesn't look to be too happy about that. But the Braves have been the better team here tonight, and there's really no denying that. Rams were picked 5th in the CIAA preseason poll. And they gave the Braves trouble here on this floor a year ago, but it looks like the Braves have learned from that game and have come ready to face the difficulties of playing at the CE Gain Center. Not the largest gym, and at least from capacity-wise, looking across to the far side, not that deep on that side. Much taller bleachers behind me on the scorer's table side as Murray Boyles gets to work, dishes to the right corner, Watts. But it is packed here tonight. Watts hopping into the lane, puts up a shot, but slid the pivot foot. He traveled. 11-20 is Watts. He's just grinning as he comes up the floor. He thought he was fouled and just trying to tell the ref what he thought happened. But at this point, Ben Miller is up trying to talk to the ref as well. At this point, the Braves, all they could do by arguing these kinds of calls is shoot themselves in the foot. They're in great position here. Just need to keep their composure and hang on to the lead as they have it. Kinsey double teams the ball handler. On the floor, it's held by Winston-Salem State, and they'll call a timeout as Michael Adams was stuck on the floor. Watts went to go help him up, but Rams players call him off and say, we'll help our teammate up, thank you very much. Rams call a timeout, just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. And remind you, Braves fans, to tune in every Saturday morning at 9:30 a.m. on WFXB Fox TV for the UNCP Sports Black and Gold Report, presented by Pepsi. It's a show all about UNC Pemnroke athletics as we bring you interviews with coaches, highlights, and special features around the UNCP athletic department. Tune in Saturdays at 9:30 on WFXB Fox TV. And if you miss it or you're outside the coverage area, we'll have it up on our YouTube channel the following Monday. On this week's show, we talked to UNCP football head coach Shane Richardson to wrap up his team season, the all-time winningest season in Braves football history, as they finished a 10-2 campaign this past weekend. Also talk with a couple other special guests from the UNCP athletic department. That's the UNCP Sports Black and Gold Report. Off the inbounds pass, three-point attempt, no good by Robert Colon, and the Rams have gone cold from deep. Murray Boyles takes it up the floor, gives it to the point guard Kinsey, who finds Murray Boyles on the right side, up fake jab step, throws it down low. Nigel Grant on the right block, puts up the tough shot, banks it home. Nigel Grant for two, and it's all Braves right now. 61-40 as we approach the midway point here of the second half. Rams throw a pass down low under the basket. Lefty hook shot good by McAllister as he had the mismatch there against Brandon Watts. 61-42 UNCP lead. Watts will dribble it between his legs a couple times. He walks it up the floor. Braves going from left to right here at the CE Gain Center in Winston-Salem. Grant sizes up his man, fires a three from straight away. Can't get this to go. Not the shot the Braves wanted there on that trip. Up the middle of the floor, Cologne finds a man to the basket. Watts gets a piece of that shot. It's no good. And down on the floor, slipping around a little bit, is Crandall. Braves take it the other way. Kinsey fires to Smith, right corner three, too strong, and the rebound by Winston-Salem State. Smith got a little excited, too strong, and airballed it. Here come the Rams, back the other way. Shot no good. Long rebound, back come the Braves, and McAllister shaking up there. Two Rams down. Watts going to the basket, has it poked away, and back come the Rams. To the basket, Grant trying to draw the charge. They will call the offensive foul and one. A crazy back and forth sequence, and one for William Crandall. And there's some serious slippery spots on the floor on both sides right now. That looked more like a slip and slide under the basket. We're under 10 minutes to go in the second half. We'll have a timeout on the floor with 9:45 to play. Rams will go to the line and try to convert a three-point play when we come back, but they trail UNCP 61-44. 9:45 left in this one. UNCP leading Winston-Salem State 61-44. On the Braves Broadcast Network, I'm Cameron Songer. Thank you for joining us here tonight, as the Braves will look to improve to 5-1 on the season and get the season sweep over Winston-Salem State. 61-44 is the lead. William Crandall at the line for one for the Rams. He'll try to convert a three-point play from before the media timeout. Braves' next game for the men's team is December 10th at Barton. Next broadcast here will be Saturday. Women's basketball taking on the Apprentice School at 5:30. Next week, both teams will be off during the week as the players take their final exams. Free throw is good. So it's a 16-point Braves lead with just under 10 minutes to play in the ball game. Braves have Kinsey, Bradley, Watts, Murray Boyles, and Grant on the floor. Looking down low, Grant has position, goes up for a two-handed dunk, gets fouled. He sent William Crandall flying, trying to jockey for position, and the Rams wanted a foul call there. So it's gotten to be a pretty physical game, but no call that time. Grant looking a little confused right now. Everyone seems to think that he should be shooting free throws, but the official is a little slow to get the action resumed. I think for a second he thought maybe it was going to be a baseline out of bounds situation. Instead, it's 2 free throws for Nigel Grant. 9:30 remaining in this one. Braves up 61-45 as Grant lines up the first free throw and hits. Nigel Grant, redshirt junior from the Bronx, a transfer from Polk State, a junior college in Florida, averaging so far this season almost 15 points and 7 rebounds per game. Good numbers for Nigel Grant in his first full season in Pembroke. He joined the team for the second semester last year, but redshirted as he hits the second free throw as well. 63-45 UNCP. Braves with a pretty comfortable lead, but again, can't afford to take their foot off the gas pedal just yet, as the Rams have a large home crowd behind them that is just waiting for something to cheer about. Up top, pass goes to the left side for Mills. Steps back with a three, left it short. It gets stuck on the side of the rim. Possession arrow favors UNCP. Bradley and Kinsey, a pair of Braves point guards, switching there on the perimeter. They're very similar in skill sets and size. Bradley's a little bit smaller, but probably a little bit quicker. So the Braves will inbound. Can't run the baseline, and will try to break a little pressure, but the Braves have a lot of ball handlers on the floor with this lineup. Bradley, Kinsey, Murray Boyles, Watts, and Grant. A lot of switchability, a lot of outside shooting. As Grant will come out and set the screen, Bradley hopping to the free throw line. Bounce it down low. Murray Boyles puts it up. No good. Grant has his tip dunk blocked by the rim. Watts tries to save it, gets it back to Grant. Grant puts up the shot, but he traveled first. So it's turned over by UNCP. Rams will come back on offense with 8:52 to go in the second half, trailing 63-45. They inbound it quickly before the Braves can set up their press. Pippin's on the left block against Grant, can't get him up in the air, turns it over, passed it right to Kinsey. Kinsey running up the other way. Kinsey hopping to the basket, lays it in and one. He got fouled from behind. Watts was ready to follow with a dunk if need be, but it's an easy and one for Micah Kinsey. The freshman makes it a 20-point Braves lead. Some shuffling around here in the crowd. It looks like some fans will start to head to the exits and try to beat traffic out of here. Still 8:42 to play in this game, but the Braves don't look like they're relinquishing a 20-point lead. Micah Kinsey to the free throw line. He was just 1 of 3 from the free throw line coming into this game and hadn't attempted a free throw in that first half. That's been a problem for some of these young Braves players. Just not able to hit at the free throw line. Missed that one, but the tip in good by Nigel Grant, and it's all going the Braves' way. It's a 22-point lead with 8.5 minutes to go. To the basket, Cologne with a tough double pump layup. He's been the lone bright spot for the Rams today. Kinsey will take it up the floor for the Braves after a Rams pressure is easily broken. Kinsey will back it out. Let's see if the Braves try to take some time off the clock now. Up 67-47. Kinsey off a great screen to the basket, lays it in. Can't get the roll. Thought that one was halfway down. Grant set a vicious pick up top, but nice help defense at the last second by Winston-Salem State. Across the timeline, Rankins has it, gets it over to Cologne on the far side, about 38 feet from the basket. Bradley guards him, now will take it inside the arc, now backs it back out. Off a pick, takes it to the top of the key, keeps the dribble alive, fires it over to Rankins. Rankins guarded by Kinsey, and we'll get a whistle and a foul, a reach-in foul called on Micah Kinsey. That's the 7th on the Braves, and will put Winston-Salem State at the line to shoot a 1-1 with 7:53 to go in the second half. Sub now for UNCP, Evans and Pruitt ready to check back in. They'll replace Murray Boyles and Kinsey. So the Braves go back with their starting 5 for a stretch here. Look ready to put this game away with a stretch run, and then we'll get ready to empty the bench. 7:53 to go. Braves up by 20. It's a 1-and-1 opportunity for Robert Colon, the leading scorer for Winston-Salem State. Freshman who's second in the conference at 20.3 points per game. We'll get a whistle before that free throw, as that wasn't the correct player to shoot those free throws. Carlos Rankins is actually the one who was fouled. As you see an ear-to-ear grin from Robert Colon. He almost got away with that if it wasn't for those meddling refs. So Rankins will shoot the front end of the 1-and-1, and it rims out, and we'll get an over-the-back foul called on Stephen Pippins as he was boxed out, climbed over the back of a Braves player. That will be foul number 6 on Winston-Salem State here this half. Excuse me, just number 5 on the Rams. So nothing for the Rams that time down the floor. 7:50 to play. Braves up 67-47. You can see why Colon was the one who wanted to shoot those free throws rather than Rankins. He's a better free throw shooter. Jockeying for position under the basket. Grant gets tangled up with Pippins. They'll call it on the Rams. Stephen Pippins, that's his 4th. And already the 6th team foul now on Winston-Salem State. Grant with a poker face as a couple Rams try to talk him into saying something about how he was the one who initiated contact. Just poker face from Nigel Grant, and look at the Braves bench. They love it. 7:40 to go. Inbounds for the Braves. Ball batted around. Watts, the one who inbounded it, tried to get it to Pruitt. Watts, the one who emerges from a scrum with the basketball, hands it off to the point guard, Bradley. Braves taking much better care of the ball here in the second half. Watts holds on the right side, calls for a Grant screen. Steps back behind the arc because he can't do anything with it. Now he'll fire a 3 with a hand in his face, too strong. Pruitt grabs the offensive rebound. At the free throw line, up and under shot, no good. Long rebound, Rams have it. Looking to run, Braves all back on defense this time. Rankins picks up his dribble. He's double teamed, throws it up top. Held by Pippins, back over to Rankins. Down by 20 with 7 minutes to play. The Rams need some offense. Bradley pokes the ball away. He has a steal. Running the other way. Bradley, with a head of steam, has the ball poked away, tiptoeing the baseline. Who was the last to touch it? Oh, it goes off Bradley. He was tiptoeing, and he stepped on the baseline. Bad turnover there from Alex Bradley. He was looking over his shoulder there. He knows that he can't get the separation there in transition. His legs just aren't long enough, and was afraid of the chase down block, which would have got the crowd back into it. Also, it's a 20-point game. You're a point guard, one of the most important players for your team. God forbid anything happens and you get injured in a 20-point game, going up for a layup or something. Not that you'd want to turn it over, but all things considered, that's not a bad result for the Braves, as it keeps the momentum on the Braves side. As the Braves get a steal, they get it out to Bradley, who's this time way in front. Off the backboard, alley-oop for Pruitt. Oh, my goodness. Bradley saw that the whole way, and Akia Pruitt was the follow man for a tip dunk. For a second, I thought Bradley doinked a layup. Instead, Akia Pruitt has the play of the year for UNCP. Trying to get a steal along the baseline. The Braves tip it last out of bounds. And a frustrated and, at this point, exasperated Winston-Salem State crowd. Salt in the wound is the fact that Akia Pruitt is from Winston-Salem, right down the street at R.J. Reynolds High School. And that was a sensational dunk on an alley-oop. Breakaway off a steal by Andrew Evans. Alex Bradley just snuck out ahead. He was almost cherry-picking and saw that Pruitt was trailing him. Threw an alley-oop off the backboard for a two-handed dunk. And the Braves lead by 22 with 6:28 to play. And now we'll stop the action as there's some more wet spots under the basket. Tell you what, the recent warm weather condensation hasn't helped, as it's been just kind of a slippery floor surface. So the officials talking now with both coaches as both teams huddle up. 6:28 to go, 69-47 the UNCP lead. And it's just becoming a safety concern now for both teams. You don't want to see anybody get hurt, as looks like both teams will make their way over to their benches. We'll get some kind of discussion about what's happening here. Braves fans, don't miss out on your chance to receive rewards for attending UNCP home athletic events during the 2016-17 season. Visit the App Store on your smartphone and download #BraveNation, UNCP's new fan engagement app. The app can be found on the Apple Store or on Google Play. Search using #BraveNation. So it looks like they got the wet spot figured out. The officials still talking to the head coaches. And let's see as the head referee comes to the scorer's table. I'm not sure what what they're talking about, but Ben Miller is not happy. He's going to have to be restrained by one of the refs as he's yelling at head coach James Wilhelmi. And they're calling some of the Braves assistant coaches over. They'll bring Ben Miller back over to the Braves bench. Oh boy, now I see a police officer coming in. And I'll tell you what, they're playing the music over there. The Braves are all huddled up, and Andrew Evans is dancing along to the music. Braves are up by 22. They're all smiling. They're having a great time. Fans are dancing along. Not too many smiles from the Winston-Salem State players. This is a moment here. We're having a moment here, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm not sure what the stoppage is for right now. Ben Miller is being told by the official in no uncertain terms to head back to his bench. Refs, police officers all standing by the scores table right now. Braves are up by 22 points, and now it looks like UNCP's players will start making their way over to their bench to talk something over. And I'm not sure what the stoppage is for, but it looks like the stoppage isn't stopping anytime soon. Not like we're going to get back. So we'll take a quick break here on the stream, on the broadcast, try to figure out what's going on, and we'll be right back. Just wanted to update you. Had to go down to the scores table, ask what this delay is for. And the officials have determined that we can't continue the game as it is because one side of the floor under the basket is too wet. It's adjacent to the doors that have been open off and on throughout the day. And there's too much condensation coming in from outside. So this game will be called for right now, I believe. The question now is whether it will be resumed tomorrow or they'll just call it. Again, the Braves lead 69-47 with 6:28 to play. And again, without inserting my opinion too much, my unsolicited opinion on this is that nothing good can happen by resuming this game tomorrow. It's a 22-point game with 6.5 minutes to play. I know the Rams would be frustrated about, seeing this game come to a premature conclusion, but this is a rivalry game. The Braves have won the first game, as now it looks like administrators from the Winston-Salem State University athletic department are talking with the officials. The head coach of the Rams is there, and no one from UNCP is there. I think Ben Miller's already made his opinion pretty clear to the refs, as there's, I don't believe, any faculty or staff from the UNCP athletic department other than myself here, as I think the refs and the Winston-Salem State athletic department are now, might have to go check on the rule book or call the conference or the NCAA or something. When I hear an update, I will let you know. I'm going to step aside again for the moment, but with 6:28 to play, the Braves are up by 22 points, and the refs have determined that the playing surface is not playable right now. It's too wet, there's too much condensation, it's too slippery. And for player safety, it looks like they are calling this game here for tonight. So, we'll come back once we know whether or not this game will resume tomorrow or if that's a final score. As it stands right now, 69-47 UNCP with 6:28 to go. So we resume the game. They wipe down the floor. Game continues. Winston-Salem State missed a dunk off the inbounds. Braves cashed it in for an easy transition layup by Alex Bradley. Off the miss, UNCP grabs a rebound. There's 6 minutes to go, and UNCP leads 71-47. There is a lot of condensation still on the floor. Evans with the right corner three. It's good. Tell you what, the Braves have the huge advantage. They're attacking the side of the They're attacking the basket under which there is no condensation. The Rams on offense are just slipping and sliding all over the place. Ball slips out of the hands of Stephen Pippins. Hard to blame that on floor condensation. He just looked up before he caught the pass. So at this point, the Rams and the Braves will just play out the home stretch here. Long pass looking to the corner. Evans makes a tough catch. He stepped on the sideline, turned over by UNCP. So we had a long delay there because there was too much condensation on the floor on the side of the gym doors that lead to the outside. The exits along the left baseline. It's warm and humid outside. It was causing condensation on the floor, which led to a player safety issue. We had to stop the game for a few minutes. Rams shooting now the other way. Shot no good. Offensive rebound by Winston-Salem State. Put back no good by Long. Follow-up dunk no good. Rebound loose. Braves have it. It's handled by Evans. And UNCP with the ball and a 74-47 lead. Murray Boyles looking for Grant. Ball slips through his hands. So you imagine with all the dribbling on that side of the floor, the basketball has gotten wet as well. And every time the Braves are on offense, we have the mop crew over there for Winston-Salem State mopping up wet spots on the left side of the hardwood. Braves down to 8 to shoot, under 5 minutes to go. Bradley will use a Grant screen, throws it down low for Murray Boyles. The reverse layup around the rim and good, and the Braves are in complete control, 76-47 with 4:46 to go. Next dead ball will be our final media timeout. And at this point, both teams, I think, looking forward to the end of this game. Both teams well rested after that break, and we also had a dance-off during that break between both teams, impromptu, as Rankins hits a straightaway three. 76-50 UNCP leads. It's been a very bizarre game here in the second half. Not every day you see a weather delay in an indoor basketball game. Rams are in 2-3 zone. Evans throws it back up top. Bradley, who gets tripped up. No foul called. They'll say he just lost his footing. Murray Boyles straight away. Pass to the right corner. Evans. Bounce pass down low for Grant. Trapped along the baseline. Lost the ball. Coughed it up. And the Rams have it coming the other way. Long pass in transition. Pippins has it poked away and throws it down low. The layup converted by William Crandall. 76-52, the Braves lead with 3:50 left in the game. Bradley looks up at the clock, realizes that there's really no chance for the Rams to come back if the Braves just take their time on offense. I think that's what they'll continue to do. Bradley straight away, thought about a three, throws it back over to the right side. Evans looking down low for Grant. Grant under the basket, a two-handed flush and one. A Winston-Salem State player slipped and fell under the basket, and there was no defense there at the rim for a Grant dunk, and that will be the fifth personal on Stephen Pippins. Pippins will have to watch the rest of this game from the bench. 3:36 to go in this one. And the question now, I guess it looks like they will take the media timeout here. Final timeout on the floor. 3:36 left in this one. It's UNCP 78, Winston-Salem State 52. We'll be right back on the Braves Broadcast Network. Back in Winston-Salem, and I'll tell you what, it feels like a sauna in here. It's no doubt that the floor is a little bit slippery and wet, and it's not surprising either. 78-52, the Braves lead with 3:36 remaining in the game. UNCP all over the Winston-Salem State Rams as the Braves will improve to 5-1 on the season and try to drop the Rams to 3-4 on the season. Grant at the line to try to convert a three-point play. He was fouled on a dunk attempt, which he did hit right before that timeout. As the free throw around the rim and down, it's 79-52 UNCP. Braves playing a 1-3-1 zone now. Get to practice some different things. Braves on defense on the side of the floor that's much slicker, and on offense on the floor that they can actually grip. Three-point attempt, no good. Rebound tipped around. Rams track it down in the corner. Another chance. Three-point attempt on the way from Adams. This time, no good. Bradley chases the rebound down into the far corner. And the Braves can run some more time off the clock. 3:10 remaining. Alex Bradley walks it up slowly for the UNCP offense. Rams in a 2-3 zone on defense. Bradley from midcourt, just standing right at midcourt, bouncing basketball. This is a safety issue for both teams at this point, as the Braves recognize that the game probably should have been called, and we'll just play out the stretch. Long pass to the corner. Evans, a right corner three. Yes, Andrew Evans hopping back on defense. He's been lighting it up, and the Braves go up by 30. 2:38 to play in this one. Rams set up their half-court offense now. And remember, we had a delay with about 6.5 minutes to go, and the Braves up by 22. We're talking about floor condensation as the Rams respond with a three-point bucket from the corner. At that point, I suppose there was some sort of rule that says that they couldn't call the game at that point, but it's hardly a playable surface right now. You can see both teams, all 10 players on the floor, just kind of walking slower, choppier steps to avoid potentially slipping. Murray Boyles misses a three off the pass by Bradley, so we take under 2 minutes to go in this one. Up the floor comes Rankins for the Rams. Pass to the right corner. Adams for three off the side of the backboard, no good. Braves try to tip the rebound out. They can't come up with it. Under the basket, a two-handed dunk by William Crandall. 82-57 UNCP leads as the Braves will get Jeff McElwain up off the bench. He'll check in on the next dead ball. Bradley walks it up for the Braves as Ben Miller will call a timeout to get some subs as McElwain, Kinsey, and Mounts will check in as well. Kinsey and Mounts hiding at the scorer's table there. I didn't see them from my perch. I'm about 5 or 6 rows back here at midcourt, sitting in the bleachers on the main bleacher side of the Winston-Salem State Arena. 5 for the Braves. It's now Murray Boyles, McElwain, Mounts, Evans, and Kinsey, and it will be Rams ball following the timeout. 1:39 to play. Braves leading by 25. This is a situation where the Braves only have 10 available players, so it's not like they can empty the bench with a bunch of walk-ons. It's not a D1 kind of program. Layup up and good, and one by William Crandall, who's taken over in the paint here down the home stretch. Unfortunately for him and his Ram teammates, it's not going to make much an impact on the final result. Pruitt will check back in for UNCP. He'll replace Evans, so the Braves are going ultra-large right now. Going with Kinsey, Pruitt, Murray Boyles, McElwain, and Mounts. All freshmen and sophomores on the floor for the Braves right now. Getting the more experienced players a chance to watch and stay on the bench and avoid injury down the home stretch of this game. Final 90 seconds as the Braves lead 82-60. One that the Braves have controlled almost end to end here. Braves held an 11-point lead at halftime, and some hot shooting here in the second half allowed them to open up a large lead. We'll take the shot clock down under 13 seconds. Here's Kinsey on the left side against a 2-3 Rams zone. Looking down low for McElwain, who slipped on the pass attempt. And the Rams get the steal, come back the other way on offense. Final minute of this game. Up top. To the right corner, three-point attempt on the way for Payne. Too strong. Pruitt skies for the rebound, passes up ahead to Kinsey. Braves have a 2-on-1 breakaway. Let's see if they try to use it. Pruitt looking for McElwain, puts up a shot, can't get it to go. Mounts on the follow-up, can't get it to go. And now the Brams on a breakaway, 2-on-0, and it's an easy layup for William Crandall. Cuts it to a 20-point Braves lead. You know he wanted to dunk that, but I'm sure both teams are aware that the floor surface is kind of slippery, pretty wet, condensation, and not trying to risk anything in, frankly, a blowout. 82-62, Braves lead. There's a 10-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Murray Boyles hopping his way to the basket. That will go in, and it's 84-62. Shot clock turned off with 20 seconds to play. Winston-Salem State will walk it up. They'll probably fire one more shot, As I'll tell you what, it's sort of a rivalry in some other sports between these two schools, but both teams had a little friendly dance-off during that long delay. Certainly these guys have no hard feelings between the two teams. Final horn, that's the final score. UNCP 84, Winston-Salem State 62. The Braves win. UNCP improves to 5-1 on the season. Winston-Salem State drops to 3-4, and the Braves will have a nice long delay before their next game as they get ready for finals week in Pembroke. Their next game is not until December 10th, which is after finals week. It's not this weekend, but the next weekend, so almost 2 full weeks off for the Braves. And they take on Barton at 4 p.m. on the road, right back here on the Braves radio YouTube channel. Next radio broadcast for the Braves will be this upcoming Saturday, December 3rd, women's basketball at the Apprentice School at 5:30. Don't have final stats to read to you as both teams make their way off the floor. Can tell you this in terms of a recap. With 6:28 to go, actually let's backpedal a little bit more. At halftime, the Braves led by 11, some hot shooting. They opened up a pretty comfortable 20-plus point lead. It was at 22 when at 6:28 to go, the officials stopped the game, and we stopped for about 10 minutes as they worked to mop down the floor. There was some condensation from the outside that had snuck in and taken over on the floor, made it very slippery, dangerous for the players. Discussion whether to continue the game, end the game, or suspend the game until tomorrow. And there was the officials and the officials from the university, Winston-Salem State University, met with the refs. They talked it over, ultimately decided to continue the game after mopping the floor. And at that point, both teams sort of just going through the motions the rest of the way. Braves led by as many as 30 at one point. Rams closed it back down to a 22-point game, but the Braves able to coast to a final score of 84-62. And that's it for UNCP basketball here tonight. Braves will take a nice long break for final exams and get ready for a game on December 10th. Final score one more time, UNC Pembroke 84, Winston-Salem State 62. Thank you so much for joining us on the Braves Broadcast Network. This is Cameron Songer signing off from Winston-Salem. Enjoy the rest of your night.